3 minutes, please.
Thank you, Deputy Chairman, sir. Deputy Chairman, sir, the word major port trust in the existing act, the word trust is taken away in this new bill. Probably the government says, don't trust us in the port sector. This bill is brought only to help, I'm sorry to say, Adani's interest in the port sector. India is sold to all the private corporates. Whatever the Congress government created assets is now sold to the private sectors. Chairman, sir, there are three infirmities in this bill. One, it reduces the state government's say over the development of the port. Number two, this list 2 subject entry 18 regarding colonization and master plan is hijacked so far as clause 25 of this bill is concerned. The bill says that the board's master plan will supersede the state's master plan. Therefore, the peaceful coexistence between the development and a harmonious living is taken away. Number 3 is clause 56. This speaks about an adjudicatory board. The adjudicatory board is going to perform the functions of a tariff authority for major ports as well as all other disputes. It is going to hear all other disputes. But the composition consists of one retired judge of Supreme Court and one retired secretary of Government of India and one retired chief secretary of state government. These two members, namely the secretary, they are not expertise at all. In a field of maritime and shipping, you need experts. You are going to take the functions of tariff authority for major ports. Therefore, unless technical persons is there in this board, they can only solve the dispute, they can only understand the problems in the shipping industry, then only they can give the verdict. Therefore, this composition of the two other members, apart from the Supreme Court judge, I would only request the Honourable Minister to replace with the technical persons. Now, if you see the ports are in Tamil Nadu is concerned, it has become like a bus stand. For every 10 kilometers, we have another port. Why these private ports are developed in Tamil Nadu? I would only say that mushrooming more private...
Please conclude.
I'll conclude. Now, there are three things which has to be, problems are there in Tamil Nadu. So far as Chennai is concerned, this Madurai elevated project is not completed. Why you are not completing this Madurai elevated project? Number 2 is Chennai port is not developed as a hub port. It's still reduced because they wanted to sell even the Chennai port to the private sector. Number 3 is they are not looking into the Sethu Samudram shipping canal project. That is a very important project. Only when you bring the Sethu shipping canal project,
thank you, Honourable.
Yes, I'll conclude.
Thank you. No, it's already your time is over.
No, you start. You interfere when I start at the second minute. So please allow.
Please, it is already over. No, sir. The time is limited. I'll call other.
Please,
I'll call other person.
Please allow me. Please allow me to complete. Please allow me to complete. No, please allow me to complete. Therefore, what is the fancy in allowing more number of private ports? And it will become like a bus stand. The Adani Katupalli port expansion, it affects the flora and fauna and the local people are agitating.
Now, Dr. Banda Prakashji. Dr. Banda Prakashji, please, your things will go on record. Sir, you have taken more time. I do not have time in my hand. No, please, Dr. Banda Prakashji, please. Doctor. Sir, मेरे पास समय.
So, Thambidurai ji, Lok Sabha.
Madam, I am sorry for your observation to give the name late. I am sorry for that. Secondly, first of all, the bill enables to see that aims to enable the empower the major ports of number mentioned, including Chennai, Chidambaram, Tuticorin, in that area. But my objection is in that, first of all, why the bill is providing to reduce the number from 17 to 19 to 11 to 14. Generally, we have to increase to participate more members to get the opinion. But the number says it has to be reduced. And another my major objection is the federalism. Because when the state government is having the land right for that, but you are diluting that to use its lands, property, assets, and funds, as it may be deemed fit for the benefit of the major port, to create a master plan independent of any local or state government regulations of any whatever the authority. This is a federal structure, you are taking away the power. Because when you are giving so much power, the land is owned by the state government and they are providing other facilities. Without consulting the state government thing, if you are taking that kind of a thing, it is against the federal setup. And also I am objecting this part. This is the point. That is the one I want to say. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tambidurai ji. After this, we have the last speaker, Shri Jugal Singh Lokhandwala. Thank you, Honorable Member. After this, we have Shri Vasan ji. Vasan ji.
Yes, Madam. The gallery. The aim of this bill, Madam, is to give more autonomy and flexibility to the major ports in their operations. The most important part in this bill is, I would say, the provision in the bill to abolish TAM and empower the port authority to fix tariff. This is a good step in the right direction. At the same time, I would like to add a word of caution that in the world of cutthroat market competition, it should not be at the revenue cost of the port itself. So I would like the ministry that the adjudicatory board, which is proposed in the bill, should be adequately empowered to protect the interest of the port authorities. I come from Tamil Nadu, Madam. We have the second largest coastline in the country and 3 major ports. I have spoken to the minister and written to the minister regarding the important port, Vivo Chidambaranar port, which has to be converted into the hub port for handling container cargoes. The VOC port is on the international shipping line with Colombo and Singapore, so it has a lot of potential to attract. Again, regarding Chennai port, the Madurai elevator corridor has to be seriously considered. Regarding the third, Kamaraj port is one of the fast developing ports in the country. I request the Minister of Shipping to give more development activities to the Kamaraj port. To conclude, Madam, overall, this bill, which gives powers to the major ports to manage their assets, to bring in investments and to function freely, these measures in place, I am sure the capacity augmentation projects and modernization and mechanism projects undertaken by the major ports will lead to a greater revenue to the ports themselves and ultimately contribute to economic development to the country. Thank you, Chairman, for giving me an opportunity to participate in the debate on the major port authorities bill. Thank you.
Thank you, Vasanji. I wish to tell honorable members that the names to speak on a particular legislation has to come at least half an hour before the discussion starts. Tambidurai ji, you have just given your name. The chair has allowed you. However, next time, please keep this in mind, that it must come before the debate starts. So, Tambidurai ji, Lok Sabha.
Madam,